All right, so let's just open up our bag and see what's inside. First thing we can look through is this folder. It's not labeled with anyone's name on it. Let's see, if I look inside, here's our daily schedule, just something that you can post somewhere in your house, someplace convenient that a child can go and check off. You can use a dry erase marker if you want. I won't check mine off because mine's the paper copy. You have the laminated copy, so you can just check off. I put some things in there that I thought you might find helpful, such as making my bed and brushing my teeth. So, and some humorous things like time to go home, because you're probably already home. And that's done, so that's in the folder. The other thing we have are these activities to go with your daily schedule. These are more for you to refer to. They're not for your child to like hang around and play with, but just some quick video links and some ideas. Circle time, this is generally what we do in the morning in room 11. So we do the days of the week, we do the months of the year, we do the calendar, our ABCs, numbers and colors and shapes. These are some of those activities put to video, but your child knows them, so they may be able to just sing the songs for you. The let's see what else is here. Some tabletop activities. So this kind of goes with the with the schedule, so you can see what's happening. Some self-help skills, things you can do at home. Work on self-dressing and buttoning and snapping and buckles. They can help you with your snaps and zippers and buckles. They could do it over and over to earn something like a prize, like we do in class. Zipping their jacket, doing a flip-flop over the top first and then zipping up. Putting a little zipper we call the train inside the station and holding it and then pulling up, making sure the tracks are aligned and they're straight. Again, there's a video of that, so look through that. There's some simple chores I thought you might appreciate at home. Things that are easy for kids, like setting the table, and it might be just putting out the silverware or folding a napkin. Folding laundry, washcloths and towels are great to start with, hand towels, and not the more complicated stuff, but they can try. Matching socks. So, and then I think just the daily routine of getting up in the morning, just straightening their room, or before they go to bed, making sure there's nothing on the floor, like no laundry on the floor. Some things outside, some things inside. Music, kind of self-explanatory, have fun. Videotape stuff, of course, posted on homeroom like I had said, and that'll be kind of neat for us to look at. All different kinds of games. And if you have some fun games at home, share them with us, because we can definitely use them, add them to our list. I know other parents will probably be looking for some good ideas. So these are the ideas. I'm going to put those aside. Here's just an ABC chart, so you can work with your child on these, whether it's just singing it or looking for letters that begin their name or their name ends with, or mom's name ends with or begins with, or mom, or dad begins with, or grandma, grandpa. So you can look for the letters in the environment too, like around the house. So most of the kids have their letters, so we're good, but definitely always reinforce that and work on it. All our shapes we work on, there's a few shapes that are not here that I kind of introduced the vocabulary, which is like a cylinder, which is their water bottle, or their leg is like a cylinder, or a log outside. So you can look for those kind of shapes in the house as well. Cubes we talk about, they sit in cube chairs in the morning. We roll dice, which are like cubes, and sometimes it throws kids. They think a cube is a cube, like a cube with a hole, like a bead cannot be a cube, but it is a cube. So we talk about the 6 sides. Again, these are vocabulary words that kids don't generally know, or shape identification, but it's just nice to introduce it. And the other one are cones. So we do that, and spheres. So spheres are not quite circles, they are round, so you can roll them. There we go. They know trapezoid. We have the shape video on YouTube, so you can look and see how we do that. Just a number chart, so we can work on counting numbers together, and I'll do a video with that, but this is the chart they can keep in their folder and have it accessible. What else do we have? We have our months of the year. The kids can stand up, they can show you how we do January, February, March, and April. And they start with their toe, their other toe, and they move up to their knee, their other knee, and then they move up to their hips, and then they move up to their shoulders, and then their ears, and then one eye and the other eye, and then both eyes are covered. And then after December, we say Happy New Year. So kids know that little rhythm. Here's our days of the week. In the morning, the calendar helper will ask if kids want to do it with claps or without claps. So we just do I changed yours. Yours will begin with Sunday because that's how we begin in class. So it'll be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just that typical song. Or they can do kind of like the Addams Family where they'll sing like days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday will be at the top. There's Monday, there's Tuesday, and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday, and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday, days of the week. So that's how we do it. We're working on the kids doing clap, clap, not just clapping and clapping and clapping. So something to work on at home. Some of the kids have that rhythm down pat. So there's some papers in yours. In your child's. I didn't put coloring sheets in my folder, but we just threw some extra sheets in there we thought might be fun for you. These are the Handwriting Without Tears sheets based on that. These are not the actual Handwriting Without Tears program, but these are all based things that I had made over the years. So I'm just going to show you a quick sample because with the kids we want to make sure they're off to the right start with drawing. Some of them are starting at the bottom and going up, some kind of curve here and there. At this age they're kind of drawing letters, so we want to get them into the habit of writing the letters. So I'm going to use a marker because that'll show up better. For the kids, you'll see in your packet there is a little short stubby pencil. We find when the writing utensil's long, they tend to do this, or they tend to grab it up high. With the short one, it kind of forces them to pinch it more. So if they're doing this, it's fine. If they're doing this, that's great. If they're down low, that's okay. If they're up too high, we just remind them to come down low. If they're having trouble with this, we can put a rubber band around their hand like this, and we just call it a seatbelt. So actually, rubber band goes around their wrist, and then you just tie it around your hand. And it's like a seatbelt for their pencil. So again, I'm going to do it with a marker, and I'm going to take out some other sheets so I'm not going through them with my Sharpie to give you an idea. This is the warm-up sheet. So for this, you can even have the kids, before they even pick up their pencil, they're just practicing with their finger, and they're pulling down, and they're pulling across. They're pulling down to the side because it's an angle, and they're pulling down the other way. So you're pulling down at an angle. And then the circle's easy enough. Circle, 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 stop. And then for the plus sign, we just go down and then we pull across. So we're pulling down and pulling across. We're trying to get the kids to keep their pencil on the paper and not do kind of this as they form their letters. But these are all the shapes they need to write their names. And so now I'll start. So now they did their finger, now they can just practice. So there's a little shaded area here, and that's just to give them a guide. And then increasingly it will fade. So I'm pulling down and down, and here I go, circle, 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 stop at the beginning, and I'm pulling down and then pulling across. Now a little less help, starting at the dot, pulling down, pulling across, pulling down diagonally, pulling down the other way, and then circle, 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 stop, and down, pulling across. So, little tune we sing in class is, we always start our letters at the top. We always start our letters at the top. So when they're writing their letters, they're going to start towards the top. They're not going to start their Y down here. They're not going to start their M going up and down and up, or their W down here. They're going to start at the top, whether it's the corner or the middle or the side. So now that they've had all these prompts, now they're going to do it on their own. Pull down, pull across, diagonal, starting at the top, diagonal, pull down, circle, 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 stop, and in the middle starting down and across to make that plus sign, to make that cross. So that's the little warm-up we have for the kids to do. I did a little quick. They can take their time. You'll find some kids do this. They're pulling down or they're switching hands. So we're trying to find their dominance, and our OTs will tell you that you can just take a paper towel roll and have them hold it up like a telescope, and that will tell us if they have an eye preference yet. If they're right-handed or tend to be, they'll probably hold that tube up to their right eye, they're left-handed, they'll hold it up to their left eye. And if they don't know yet, they'll just put it right in the middle. So the idea is mainly to get them comfortable and just to explore, have fun. It shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be a chore. We want them to have fun. So then after that warm-up sheet, then we move on to their letters. We included the letters in their packet that are specific to their name. So I just took an A out of the packet. But again, pencil down, and they can show you down, pull down, and across. There they have their A. Then they can practice. Starting at the dot, pull down, pull across, pull down, pull across. You'll find some kids are doing this. It's fine, but we want to have them start at the top, pull down, come back to the top, down, and pull across. Pull down, and pull across. Eventually, when you're working on shapes, they're kind of making a letter A. They're just pulling down, and instead of going here for an A, they're starting at the bottom. They find that kind of stuff kind of nifty. All right, and after that, we move on to our entire alphabet. So I'm going to run through it real quick because I want to show you how the strokes work for all the letters. And then we'll move on to the numbers, and then that's done for the writing component. So these are daily activities you can do with your child. If you run out of copies, you can let me know, or you can run some off. I can send you the PDF for your child's name if you want to print them, or you can make a quick copy now with the ones you have. So let me know if you need help with that. So the letter A, I'm going to start at the top, pull down, and across. The letter B, pull down, and we say it has two bellies, one to the middle and two. It's important to stop but not pick up. For the letter C, we're starting off to the side, and it's almost a circle. Circle, 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 stop. So we're stopping before it closes. The letter D, we draw down, and just like a daddy, it has a big tummy. It starts at the top, and it ends at the bottom. It connects. Here's the letter E, so we're going to go with an E. We're going to pull down, and an E has three shelves for toys. We have a shelf, and you could name whatever you want. A mommy, a dog, and me. It has three shelves for all the toys. So that's the E. We're pulling down, across, across, across. But the letter F only has two shelves. Pull down, one shelf, pull across, two shelves. And the letter G is almost like the letter C. It's almost a whole circle, but stop. And then for the shelf and down. And then we have a G. There's other ways you can pull up and then just pull across if you want. You can explore it. It's a more difficult letter for kids, but you can try. Let's see. And the letter H, simply pull down, and in the middle, an H goes across. Some kids start to form an A. Remember, they're trying to draw the letter from what they see. They're not writing it. So we're just getting in the habit of thinking about the letter and writing it. An I, pull down. Some kids will just add a dot. Some kids will add a top and a bottom. Either way is fine. I like to introduce the easiest, simplest way since they have so many other letters to work on. The letter J, down and up. That's the hook. So there's pulling down and going up. Again, they can add a top. They don't need a top. Some kids like to add a dot because that's what they've seen. We call those the lowercase g or the uppercase. The K, a little trickier. We pull down, and what we're doing is we're going up. Excuse me, and for kids, we're teaching them to come back and kick out. So if they want to kick out from here, they can, but sometimes it's easier for them to start right here where the first line connected and then kick it out like a ball. They love that. The L, down and across. So we're just pulling down and pulling across. Keep your pencil down when you're doing it, and that's the easiest letter. That's the first letter we start with when we introduce letters to kids. The letter M, easy enough, pull down. Then we have to start at the top. We always start our letters at the top. We go down the mountain, up the mountain, down the mountain. Some kids go down, down, and then they curve up. We just like to start them in the right habit. Here we go with the letter N. We pull down. Down is that diagonal that we practiced before, and not picking up, sorry, up. So we're pulling down, down, and up for the letter N. The O we've done, circle, 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 stop. The P, down, and just a little tummy at the top, P. The Q is just like a circle, 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 stop, but it has a very cute tail. The R we pull down, just like a P, little tummy, but like the K, we're going to kick it out because the R is like a racetrack and it's racing, and the little line is going to kick out. Here we go with our S. S is a little tricky. Kids kind of draw this. They meander all over the paper. It's just like a curvy snake. It's slithering and slithering around and stopping. S's are fun to watch kids draw because they kind of go everywhere. They're trying to figure out where the marker is going or the pencil. Here's the letter T. We go down and we add a top, just like T, a top. And the U is going to go down and up, just like a U, up, down and up. Looks like a big smile. The letter V is very sharp on the bottom. A V goes down and up. It's sharp. It goes right up for volcano because it has to hold all the lava inside. Here's our W for water. So we have to go down, and up. Then we can hold all the water inside. Some kids think it looks like dinosaur teeth. Some kids will say, that's my name. Here we go with an X. These are the two diagonals that we practiced before. So down, and then we pull down again. An X. Looks easy, but it's tricky because a lot of kids have to cross that midline. They have to pull from their left side over to the right side, or vice versa when they're left-handed. The letter Y is a little trickier. What I like to do with kids is I like to pull down and up. Then I add, pull down. I add the body here. The kids will say, why? And if they do that with their body big enough, they've made a Y. Their body and their arms are up in the air. Why? Why do I have to go to bed? All right, here's the letter Z, which is going to zig-zag all down the paper. Zig, zag, zig. It zigzags all down. There we go. So there's our letters. The numbers, some of you have the numbers in your packet, some don't. We don't really work too much on the numbers. For some of the kids that are 5 or heading off to kindergarten, we may throw them in there. I can't remember if I included all of them in your packets or not. So if you don't have them, that's okay. Same concept with our letters, just starting at the top. Circle, stop. There's our 0. It's more of an oval. And our 1, 2, 3, all the way up. So I won't go over that with you now because I don't want this video to turn into a big long video for you. All right, so when they're done with their work, they can put it back inside their white folder, and that folder is going to stay inside their bag. So they'll put it back inside. They can decorate this if they want. They can practice writing their letters, their names. One thing we always talk about is no scribble scrabble. So they can use this to write, to draw, but no scribble scrabble. Sound like a good plan? All right, there's that stuff. I'll put my marker down, and let's see what else is in here. Oop, there's some shapes. So these will stay in the bag, or if you want to put them in a cup or a bowl, you can. They'll stay together. There's 5 of every color, so in case you're missing some, you can you'll know which one and how many. So we'll do that for an activity later this week. Shapes. You'll find some water, and with your water comes some ducks. But you have to give me some liberty for my creativity because we are limited on our ducks here. So these are the hens, and there's some ducks here too. But they're all the same. So this is just for singing our 5 little duck song. We'll pretend they're ducks. I think the kids will be okay with that. Some have all ducks, some have some ducks and chickens. So that'll be a song that we do this week. So that all stays together. You can put the water inside the bag if you'd like. So the kids love that song. You can switch out the ducks. That's something I'll talk about during the lesson too, using something different. Everyone has a little box of crayons, a little handy dandy box of crayons. So that's in there for them to use. What else do we have? And our activity book. So every day I'm going to introduce a different activity. There's no page numbers in here. You'll see no page numbers. So you'll just have to kind of go with the description of the page, and the kids will have to look for this page. If it's the porcupine party, then we're going to kind of work through it together. I'll make a video of that, and you can either watch the video or the kids can watch it and do it with me. You can pause it. And you know, me with screen time, I don't want them to spend all day watching me do a worksheet and then just scribbling and leaving. So we'll work on it together a little bit, and then you can take a picture of it if you want, send it to me on the homeroom app or an email if you're self-conscious about your child's work. But don't be, because it is all good. It's all fun. The stickers in the book match up to here. So if it's a porcupine, you'll have to go over here and look for some porcupines. Here's a porcupine here. The stickers pretty much align with the pages. So here are all the porcupines at the party. So right here, so the kids can go and look. Like I had said, the stickers really aren't to go like decorate on other papers, because you're going to need them. And then towards the end, feel free to use them, and you know, it's your kid's book. If you already have this book and purchased it and went through it already, like because I just picked them up from Amazing Savings, I'm sorry. We'll do it again, and we'll do it together. And let me know if there's a different page that you want to get to. So we'll work on counting, we'll work on letters, we'll work on drawing. We're going to try and attack all our different developmental skills through this workbook. You know me, I'm not a big fan of workbooks, but for the sake of convenience and ease, I think it'll work out well. Also, in your little activity bag are these, I have the original boards, but you'll see you have these pictures, these little boards. So they're laminated sheets that I gave you, and they will be with regards to sounds and letters. So we have one here. This will be more like a game searching for beginning sounds. So, and when they have that, they can either put a little, you can use Cheerios or something, a little chip of some sort on here to indicate that they're following to play the game. I'll make the video, I'll have some suggestions, this also. So we're going to be working on rhyming words, log, dog, and what would go with that. And I have all the chips here, but the kids can kind of work through other words that rhyme. So again, it's a little advanced for some of the kids, but we'll try it. It should be fun. The other thing you may want to throw in your activity bag that I did not put in your bag is you can switch out. Maybe in the evening you can put a surprise book. So you can say, oh, in the morning when you get to work, the kids can open up their bag and here's a new surprise book. So that will be a book that you can look at during the day. Nothing that I'm going to go through, but something that you can do with your child. You could actually pick, you know, a couple books and put them in there, the different surprise books. I don't want you to go out to the bookstore. I want you to keep healthy and keep your social distance. So if you need books, I'm trying to think. I guess let me know, and I can access some books and maybe get them over to you. So here's that's the activity bag. So everything will go back inside when you're all done. Okay, all the stuff you'd worked on will go back inside and keep it all safe in your bag. Find a nice home for it. The one thing you have in your bag also is the hand sanitizer. I thought those were cute. Amazing Savings was gracious enough to let me buy 9 and not the limited 4 that they were telling everybody else. I said, but they're for my students. So we have that, and then on the schedule you can just look and see what else is happening. You can always come back to the bag later and work on some more things, the self-help skills. You can come back. Books and puzzles, I'll put a little video out. So all these kinds of things, speech, OT, PT, and PE, they'll be listed out. We're going to give you some ideas. There's a couple recipes inside your bag as well that I didn't talk about, but find some simple, easy recipes, because you can work on all kinds of skills. So that's it for the activity bag, the intro. I'm going to stop the video now so I can save you some time. All right, I'll be back. Thanks so much.